How's it going, guys? Ashton with West Valley, and we're back out here at our Sterling Grove project. You guys kind of saw it before when it was all dirt. Now we've transformed it into a beautiful paradise. So we'll kind of take you through, start in the front yard, take you to the backyard, kind of show you piece by piece what we did at this property. Starting out in the front yard, what we did is we put a nice piece of grass, artificial turf in the front here. Again, a Turf-It product, like you see in all our videos, that's all we use. Over on this side of the yard, we really didn't want to put just gravel and some plants. We kind of wanted to accent a little bit. So what we did is we brought some fill dirt in, kind of mounded it, put some boulders in, and it just really adds to the yard instead of just having a flat landscape. Having that boulder and that contour, it really adds to the whole grand scheme of the design. Over in this area, this is where we kind of mounded and did some of the boulders built in. We also did low voltage lighting all throughout. So we have a bunch of nice path lights from Preach Building Supplies out here. Just to kind of illuminate the yard at night. It makes it look outstanding, helps kind of guide your customer to the front door and their guests and things like that. Over on this side, we've got a full drip system all throughout. We're not just gonna leave our customer with, having to hose off their plants. All of our plants are gonna have full automated systems. So we kind of take you this way a little bit farther down the yard, some trees, lighting, again, all throughout on this way. We wanted simple, low maintenance plants, so we went with things like red yuccas, little ollies, fruitless olive trees, things that are gonna survive out here, but still, make this yard look elegant. We did a full paver walkway here. That's just gonna allow the customer to get back into the backyard a little bit easier. So we did everything in this project from front to back, side yard, everything. So we did a nice trash pad here on the side yard for the customer so they can put their trash cans. That path continues all the way back to meet up with their beautiful limestone. Again, just some more gravel to kind of tie in with the front yard. Another thing that we do is we also put drainage on our side yards. So that helps with any drainage off the side of the roofs, downfall off the travertine. That's gonna send all the water to the street, so we make sure all of our yards are drained properly. Take you this way. This is where our pavers stop and it continues into this beautiful limestone deck this way. So we really wanted to go with like a modern, classy vibe here. We didn't really want something too extravagant, but we didn't want simple and plain. So we decided to go with the Turkish limestone. We've got some nice stepstones here out of that same beautiful limestone. That just kind of breaks up everything instead of having, we could have done just a full patio here, but having that breakup with that rock to kind of tie in the whole yard, it really just helps break up the colors, because one thing a lot of people don't take into account when they pick their materials is, yes, white limestone is beautiful, but sometimes it can be too much for the eye. So having that breakup of colors really allows the landscape to just look more elegant. Over here, we did a nice block bench here. Customer's gonna put a fire pit here. Just good for seating, entertaining on this side. We painted it white to kind of match everything else in the yard. Over on this side, we have some more of our lighting throughout here. So just some more Preach Building Supply lighting mixed in with kind of pathway lights, spotlights. Again, it just makes the yard look elegant. Having lighting in your installs will almost give you another install for free. And what I mean by that is, you have your daytime kind of landscape setup, and then at night you have a completely different transformation with the lights. Artificial grass here. This is the Bermuda Pro 100 LT. It's great for high traffic areas. It's not gonna get matted down over time because obviously being in kind of the main area of the yard, it's gonna see a lot of high traffic. When we pick and choose our materials, we wanna make sure it's gonna work in their space. So that's why we chose this specific product. They wanted more of like a Mediterranean, deserty feel, so we did a lot of San Pedro cactuses, a lot of lady slippers. In this area, main area of the yard is a 12 by 24 pool. So we did everything inside this pool. We did the waterline tile, the pebble tech, the cleaning system, everything was done by us. So we have a nice Baja here. It's gonna be great for some loungers. And another cool feature we did in this pool is we also did a bench that wraps all the way around. Because this is more like a hangout pool. It's like we call it more of like a spool. It's just gonna be for hanging out in, drinking with friends. They don't have little kids to play in it. It's really just for hanging out, cooling off, and drinking. So that's what we did in this area of the yard. Again, this is gonna be the main feature. Did some nice umbrella sleeves in there. It's just gonna make the yard, look awesome. And especially in Arizona, you're gonna need a pool if you don't have misters or anything like that because it gets so dang hot out here. Another main feature of this yard is this custom ramada we did. At first, we were gonna do a custom tile roof ramada. it really didn't match the vibe. So about midway through the project, I went to my engineer and we actually redesigned this to feature a aluminum wood cover. So a little bit something different that we did is we actually built the columns completely out of block, wrapped some tile around it to match the waterline tile in the pool. Over in this area, this is what I would consider a wet bar. So really it's just a bar top here. The customer's gonna put some bar stools underneath here, and then we did a Somerset fridge on the inside there for them. Put your drinks in there. It's not really an outdoor kitchen. That's why I consider it more of a wet bar. And then they're gonna also put a TV on the back wall there. That's what we call a media wall. So over in this wet bar, another cool feature we added is we did a waterfall tile edge here. So we continued the porcelain tile that was on the top here, wrapped that down just so there wasn't too much white. Again, that was another big thing with this yard is the customer wanted white limestone, and I said, hey, we need to make sure we have some breakup. So we came to a very good conclusion on this black tile, and we also wrapped that down the face too. In this area, we did the Somerset fridge. So again, this is just gonna be great for storing some drinks, cold beverages in there, and then, you just got your hangout space here, kind of hang out over here and just watch, as you entertain. So if you're looking to turn your backyard into something like this, into a beautiful paradise, please reach out to us today for your free 3D design and consultation.